Alright, what's up, people? I got a new video for you, and this is top 3 evil cities in the United States. And these cities, man, are terrible. They're truly terrible. The magic is strong, and they're just straight up evil. And I'm gonna tell you which these are. And if you live in these cities, my guy. Alright, so in order of least evil to most evil, like ascending darkness, it is Houston, Texas, like Austin, Fort Worth, Dallas, like that little Bermuda Triangle they got going on in Central Texas. Um, Second is New York City, and number one is LA. Like, there's no question about it. So, how did I come to this conclusion? Well, you just have to take my word for it. Really, like, it's just my observations. I can't give you any studies. Like, these aren't things that you can study and see in a little college study. Like, this is what like I actually see. Like, how'd you get this observation? With my two eyes. So I want to tell you something that shows the evil. When I used to go to camp years ago, is it like a decade ago? We were up on a hill, and the camp instructor told us not to go down the hill, and it was like 60 feet away, and he said that there's the only poison ivy in the entire park. And down there we could see like three plants. Like, it only had like two leaves, like it can't even grow right. And he said, "This is enough." Like, we even took steps back. And it was so far away, like there's no way it can reach us. And he said that, yeah, we have to stay like 60 feet away, because even 30 feet away, like, you'll still get it. Like, he told us that there was some lady and her friend walking down the hill, not even close to the plant, and she still got a rash on her arm. Like, the evil from these cities is just like that. Like, you don't even have to be in them, but it infects the surrounding areas. Like, the evil is so strong and concentrated, it infects everything around it, and that's when you know it's real. It's like a black hole. So, like it says here, these cities corrupt the closest areas, the suburbs, the closest small cities. And I'm gonna tell you how this is. Like, in Central Texas, like, I won't even say Houston or Fort Worth. Like, I'll just say Central Texas. Like, all those cities, they even infect the suburbs of those cities. And the suburbs I've seen on Google Maps are huge. Like, they go for miles and miles and miles. They infect all of Central Texas. Like, not the north, not the west so much, but the central. Like, it's putrid, I'd say. Um, and how does it do it? Like, it crushes your spirit. Like, it hurts you. It's corrupt. You don't come out right. And number two is New York City. Now, New York City is on the East Coast. It's like the capital of the East Coast, pretty much, like the Los Angeles of the East Coast. And hold on, let me turn this light off. Like, it's distracting me. I hope that doesn't look wrong. But anyways, like, I know with bad shading, like, I don't look so good, but we're just gonna have to roll with it, man. Like, I don't need light. This is why I won't ever make it in the studio, because it's like light shining on you. But anyways, let's talk about it. New York City is the capital of the East Coast. It rules the economy of the US. It rules the economies of practically the world. And it also takes into consideration the economies of the South and Europe. So all roads lead to New York City. Like, not all roads, because it's not a capital, but all economic roads lead to New York City. You've heard of the stock market? That's what it is. That city controls the money of the world. And since it's ruled by evil people, like, what do you think it's gonna do? Like, it's gonna use money for harm, money for wrong. It's evil money. So I can't tell you what Central Texas is, but I just know that the people don't come out right. With New York City, it crushes your spirit. A lot of people in New York City curse. It's small. It's weird. There's a lot of like weirdos in New York City. It rules the money of the world. Like, it's just a bad place. And the number one evil city in the U.S. is Los Angeles, and I can tell you why. Because even right now, like, I'm a little bit hungover. My voice is dry. Like, my energy isn't as good. Like, yesterday was much better, and it's like cold, and it's looking like it wants to rain. The day is just like evil. Like, on days like this, I can feel the evil, man. Like, I've even read some people on the internet said that they can feel the evil. I can't feel it that much. Maybe I'm tripping. Like it's just the cold, but my gut instinct is like, yeah, man, this place is like heavy and magic. So how does LA corrupt the US, not just the US, but the world? How? Not many people know the power of this place, but it's the strongest power there is, and that's propaganda. Um, this is we control all the media that you see. This includes movies, Netflix, shows, music, radio, podcasts, everything that we rule entertainment. Okay, everything you entertain yourself with on a daily basis, we rule it. And since we're evil, we're bad. Like not me, but like the people here. What do you think we're gonna do? We're gonna put terrible messages and corrupt you, and you won't even know it. See, what's the strongest power in the world? Like I noticed, like it's not a gun, it's not a bomb, it's propaganda. Propaganda is anything. It's a message. Could be seen through a movie or like a book. Like propaganda is anything that is used to convince you about something that is wrong, like corruption, and you'll think of it as right. And this is absolute evil, like it's sneaky. And so, like, what is propaganda even? Well, it's magic, you know? There's no stars, okay? There's no lights, there's no glitter. Like it's the people even say it on the internet, like it's practical magic. Like it's evil influence, it's evil used to influence you, but that you take in, it's not like glitter, you know? So what have I seen of the character? The character here is absolutely awful. The number no, I'll tell you the number three reasons, and I just wrote them straight up. Like I don't even think about it. That's when you know it's true. Um, Number three is the ugliness. Like people here are really ugly in spirit and heart, and just their faces and bodies. Like it's just so ugly. Like it didn't come out right. You weren't supposed to come out this way. And I've heard other people say like this place isn't supposed to be this way. And I could definitely tell like it's unnatural. Like there's a natural way for it to be, and it came out unnatural. There's a lot of weirdos here. Like the weirdness, you don't see it often, but it's so weird here. And the number one reason why it's so bad and evil is narcissism. The narcissism here is strong, my guy. It's the strongest probably in the whole world because we're in front of the camera so much. We want to be rich and famous. People here don't even want to be rich, I think. They just want to be famous. It's because they're so insecure and they're so tiny, they think they're the best. And that's actually a really evil idea. Not many people know, but when you think you're the best, oh man, just terrible things like come to you, like it's just failure. So in ranking these cities, um, I'd say Central Texas, Houston, Texas is an 8, New York City is a 9, and Los Angeles is a 10 out of 10, pure evil, absolute corruption. Anything under an 8 is livable. An 8 is not livable like Central Texas. Um, Anything under an 8 is livable, and a dishonorable mention would be New Orleans. Like that's a 7 because New Orleans looks dark. It corrupts the South. In Jamaica, they invented this magic called voodoo. They took it like immigrants to New Orleans. They made this thing called hoodoo, which is like Southern magic. They play with dolls and like heads and animal heads and whatever. And if you look at New Orleans, like it's twisted. There's dark mansions, you know, they call them gothic mansions, swamps. I saw this guy on YouTube just making food and he looks so sad, dude. Like he couldn't even talk. That's when you know like it's beating you up. So yeah, I know this isn't scientific, but you might think like, how did I get this reasoning? I don't know. Like I just get information out of nowhere. Is it like a divine prophecy? I wouldn't go that far, but I just get information out of nowhere, and this is something that appeals to me because I've been noticing this for quite a while now, and I've been wanting to do this video for a while now. But yeah, those are the top 3 evil cities. And to end it short, like I don't want to ramble. You should move, man. Move from these cities. Like if you're in LA, go to Vegas. If you're in Central Texas, go to New Mexico or a faraway city. And if you're in New York City, go to Pennsylvania or what's the one to the north, or Maine or Massachusetts or something like that.